Welcome back to the Weekend Roundup. We are back again for season 2. Looks a little different. We switched it up a little bit, but welcome back. We missed everybody.
Yeah, seriously. It feels a little different.
Yeah, so if you can't tell, we, even just through audio, obviously our quality has gotten better. We heard your DMs about my left AirPod isn't working. Your audio sounds like shit. And fair enough, because we were recording on our MacBooks. And we've kind of stepped it up a little bit. If you're watching video, which is something that we do now, we're
kind of official.
We're in a studio with BNV Media, which we got involved with right towards the end of our season 1. I think we had 3 or 4 episodes left to go, so it was kind of perfect timing, and someone that reached out to you.
I had a crush on him in high school, actually.
Yeah.
Liam, shout out.
So
shout out to you.
Maddie thought Liam was sliding back in the DMs, but no, he
just with a business opportunity.
Just with a business opportunity, which is kind of the greatest way to ever slide into anybody's DMs ever.
You can't ask for anything more.
So yeah, we found out that there was this place that they just were our biggest fans, and they were obsessed with us, and they needed us to come into the studio immediately. So we said, we'll clear our schedule, and we left our co-ops and came over here, and we were so nervous, and we were dressed so professionally. And
yeah, that was a little dramatic. Can we talk about that for a second? Our first meeting,
we were shitting bricks and
so dramatic,
so nervous, thought that we were we have to speak up for ourselves in there. We need to make it known that, we're not selling this business. We were so worked up. It's we just watched 1 episode of Suits and thought that we were just gearing up for that or something.
No,
I don't know. And then we showed up and we met Mark and Jamie. So shout out to the guys behind the camera. And now we're here. And I think it's awesome because obviously when we started off the podcast, we had zero idea what we were doing.
Still
don't know what we're doing.
Have no idea what we're doing.
And the only thing that we knew that we were good at was talking and content and getting content and entertaining, people. People seem to like it. So we figured that's what we're good at. But we weren't good at things like editing and production and, all the technical stuff that you don't just know off the bat.
And we also just didn't have the resources to do a YouTube channel.
No.
We don't know how to do that.
We were recording out of my room.
Yeah.
On my MacBook. So I'm really looking forward to season 2 because we are able to focus on our content and put a lot more effort into what we're putting out there rather than spending a lot of time attempting to edit to the best that we could. So I'm really excited to be back, and welcome back to the Weekend Roundup, everyone. But it's been a minute since we talked, so I think we need to update everyone
I was nervous to come back.
I know.
And honestly, I needed the debrief. I feel like my mental health has been plummeting.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to round up my weekend every weekend. Mm-hmm. What?
I have so much
to talk to,
I know. I have so much stuff I want to talk about. It feels almost like we went on a break in college and you can't tell your college besties everything that's going on at home.
It's the constant FaceTimes, but it just doesn't hit. It just doesn't hit the same.
Because the best part is when we round it up with everyone. Rounding it up with you is obviously amazing in itself.
Of course.
And then getting everyone else's opinions and feedback, that cracks me up. Yeah, everyone is so funny.
That's the best
with
part.
Everything that they say.
There's things that I don't even think are funny, and then people are like, yo, that's actually kind of
I know
funny that you did that.
A lot of our life has been put into retrospect since we started the podcast.
I feel like I'm way more self-aware now.
Yeah.
A lot more self-aware.
Yeah, almost too much.
A little too self-aware, especially now that we have video.
Yeah, it's actually, I really hope that people are watching on YouTube because they get to see the real me with spray tan hands and eyelashes that are coming off. But
it's Sunday.
Well, we're going to have to put a little bit more appearance into how we look now because it used to be pretty brutal. We've recorded from our bed hungover, mascara running down the face, and nobody knew.
Those were the days.
Those were the days of privacy.
Next week we're going to come in. We're definitely going to be wearing sweatpants. We
gave up.
Have sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Covered in a blanket.
Alexis Demi on her Euphoria press tour.
Yep.
I'll put a picture in. But yeah, we definitely need to update everyone on what's been going on in our lives. I'll start it off.
Yeah.
Things are great. Things are good. I'm back in school. I've been taking care of my mental health, and I feel great. That's all you need to know about me. Maddie?
I've had quite the break, I would say, since our last episode. I mean, I think
You
where
took
we
it
left
seriously, too. Like, day one that we were done with the podcast, you just...
I texted Lauren and I said, I have a boyfriend now.
Yeah.
Round of applause. Round of applause. We did it.
Thank you, Mark and
thank
Jamie.
you.
See, now we have people to do that for us.
Yeah,
so.
it's not us just pretending that people are here. So I have a boyfriend now. That's pretty insane. It's the guy from the Seahorse, if you remember from our season 1 roundup. That was the episode? I don't know. Met him at the Seahorse, and honestly, I've seen him every day since, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, to the point, like, we kind of were living together, sort of.
No, we were living together.
In quarantine. I had COVID. He thought he had COVID.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. You know, there's something about, like, a honeymoon phase that I think you need. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we didn't have that. The mystery is gone. You know what I mean? Like, you know
everything about that person.
You're locked in a room with someone.
And especially where you were, because you quarantined out at your cottage when you got COVID, and he came with you. And that's a very small space for you guys
that's a
to be
one-bedroom.
right on top of each other with a practical stranger that you
like,
just
that's
met.
The thing. And I always forget that because I feel like we've known each other for way longer because we've been around each other so much.
Mm-hmm.
Had a few arguments, had a few fights, but also had some good times too. Yeah. You know? Like, it's also kind of ideal. You know, when you're like still obsessed with someone and you're like, I just want to spend every second with them.
Yeah.
That's what it was like for a bit.
So let's go back and let everyone know how this happened, because I feel like we spent a majority of season 1 talking about how we did not want relationships.
Yeah.
I stayed true to my word.
He's the boyfriend I didn't want but now have. And I'm okay with it, you know?
Yeah. So,
and no one expected. Did anyone expect it?
No. I mean, I know that you move really fast sometimes when you like someone. So you decide, all the time, but once you decided that you liked him, I kind of knew it was going to happen. Like, yeah. I think the day after we posted the season 1 roundup.
Yeah, because literally as soon as we had been talking a little bit before that, and then as soon as that was posted, I was like, okay,
I'm just gonna have a boyfriend now.
It's a break.
Yeah.
I don't need to be on my thought shit anymore.
No. So I will be doing double work this season.
Yeah, absolutely making up for content. And I'll be here for the relationship girlies. You know, we have a new perspective now, season 2.
So
how is that?
What do you want to do with that? Because I know we've talked a little bit about the podcast and what we would do if we ever had a relationship. Are your thoughts changed on that? Like, do you want to talk about him? Do you want to post him? Like, what are you thinking? I
probably won't post him because I don't want people to. I feel like if I don't post him, I can talk about it more.
Yeah.
Which I think I'd rather do.
Yeah.
You know, just to be open and honest with everyone. I think that's more. I feel like that's better. I feel like people would care more about that than seeing like selfies. Who cares, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. So far, it's just been, you know, pretty smooth sailing. Obviously, we had our quarantine moments. Like, let's talk about, okay, at the beginning of the pandemic, I feel like everyone was romanticizing staying at home with a loved one, you know? Yeah. We had the whole Ariana Justin Bieber song, Stuck with You. Yeah. I saw that. I thought, oh, that would be nice.
To be quarantined with somebody?
Yeah, like I thought, oh, that could be kind of cute, you know?
See, I've said before that I have nothing but admiration for your ability to romanticize anything, because that looked like my own personal fucking hell. Being locked in a room with my romantic partner.
Well, like, I feel like it could be novel, you know? When we didn't know it was going to be like more than 2 weeks, you know?
Back then, okay,
Back then, you know, you're like, aw.
I was just horny. Like, I didn't really think about the romantic.
The Tinder Global. What
Tinder Global.
Or what was it?
International
I don't know.
Tinder Passport. It was Tinder Passport.
Yeah.
Remember, because I was talking to my military guy.
The one you met. Did you meet him through that?
Yeah.
You met him through
Tinder Passport, yeah.
Kind of romantic.
Yeah.
Hate to romanticize again, but
no, I'll let you do that one.
That one's cute.
Because I love him.
Are you still talking to him?
No. So on New Year's Eve, this is interesting. On New Year's Eve, because here's the thing, like, it's so weird, and I know I can talk about this on the podcast because it's the right setting. But the whole thing is weird, guys. Like, and we all know it. And no one's going to say it to my face, but it is.
Well, we honestly, I feel like everyone expects that from us. That's why we do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. So I'll just recap it really quick. We met on Tinder Passport. We've talked since March 2020. And then halfway through, we just fucked off and joined the military. So I was like,
who saw that coming, you know?
I don't really know what the plan is there. I mean, protect and serve America. But, like, can I see you? Like, I don't know. And so on New Year's Eve, this was my New Year's Eve. I went and spent it with two of my friends and their long-term boyfriends.
Fun.
And played board games. So midnight was really fun for me. The shaking in my voice when I said
it was so fun.
I enjoyed it. So when the clock struck midnight, I texted Military Man
Cute.
and said, Happy New Year. What are we doing? And then I forgot I sent that. And then the next morning.
So dramatic.
I know. I know.
And you hadn't talked to him for a while before that?
No, we were talking. But like it was very like spread apart and it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We weren't talking as much as we used to. Like I used to know everything that was going on.
Yeah.
Because when you're not physically with someone, you just like talk about every aspect of your day, you
What
know?
you eat.
Yeah. So I used to know like all this shit and then it just got so spaced out. And then I messaged him that and he responded the next morning and said, what do you mean? Like, what are we doing? Like here? Like, what are you talking about? Which, you know what? Fair. Because the text didn't make sense.
What are you doing?
You know,
Honestly,
I was trying to have
the drama.
I was trying to have my Riverdale era, and
My
he
moment.
wasn't playing along.
It's like
say yes
are we
and
doing?
like say yes and when I'm
Can you
trying
just
to have my
improv it,
dramatic
please?
moment. So I responded and said something along the lines of like, we've been talking since March 2020 and now it's 2022, like, and we've made all these plans to see each other.
I feel like I forgot it was 2022.
Well, when the clock struck midnight, I had a bit of a realization myself, Madison. And it was a really good hard look in the mirror because I was like, what are we doing? You know,
what's going on here?
I'm this upset over someone that I'm not even getting laid by. And that is damn bad.
That literally you just told didn't he tell you to read Harry Potter or something?
Like to watch
wasn't that
movies.
Yeah. And that's that was like your big romantic moment.
Let's talk about the consistency of me watching movies for men. Disgusting.
No.
But then I become obsessed with them. Like we had the whole Marvel thing that we talked about.
The Marvel thing, the Harry Potter thing.
Who you made me watch Twilight.
Yeah.
This year alone.
But like that's pretty mess that you hadn't seen Twilight before that.
I know. I took an edible and watched Twilight for the first time and it was an out of body experience, literally. Back to Military Man.
You start like speeding through the forest.
I know what you are. Put a whole thing of glitter on me.
That's the New Year's Eve text.
I know what you are.
He's like, what?
No,
am I?
yeah. So after I gave up on the military, the Riverdale era, I decided to use some actual communication. And I said, you know, we've been talking since 2020. And I just don't, it's 2022 and we've made all these plans to see each other and none of them have pulled through due to like COVID because COVID really started to chill.
Yeah.
Because originally he was from Boston, remember? So it was like easier for me
It kind of made sense.
And then moved to like the deep south at like this station or whatever. And I just said like, you know, we've made all these plans, whatever. And he said, yeah, I honestly can't make any promises because I don't know where I'm going to be for the next 8 years, you know? And then I said, well, like, that's not.
See you in a decade.
So we made the sad mutual decision that it's probably best if we stop talking. Because I was like, I have a huge crush on you and I feel like I don't know anything about you. This is what I said to him.
Yeah.
I said, like, I have this huge crush on you and I don't even know anything about your life or really anything about you. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to see each other anytime soon. And he was like, yeah, I can't make any promises because I have no idea where I'm going to be. And so then we were just kind of both like, LOL, this is sad and awkward and weird because like we've been talking for so long, you know.
Yeah, it's like, okay, bye.
Like I remember way back when, because he lived in Boston, like sending me videos from the Black Lives Matter like protests and stuff. Like it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you have an online relationship, I'm here to validate that you are allowed to be sad. That is our biggest message is that you are allowed to be sad over any relationship. One night stand, they don't text you back, be sad.
Okay. Did you just say K bye though? Like how did like really end? Like, what was the last thing you guys said?
The last thing I said is, this is honestly a little sad. Haha. And then he didn't answer.
And that's the end of it.
Yeah, so I had to...
Season 2, baby.
Starting off with a fresh slate, literally. But yeah, back to you and your actual boyfriend, real life. You've met him.
Real life. I have met him multiple times.
I mean, barely.
But also a lot. I don't know. Kind of weird. Yeah, no. Well, things are good. Like, I had COVID. I don't know if I said that. I don't think I did. When we were quarantining, he never got it, though. Kind of not fair.
Tell us a little bit about him. Introduce us to him.
Okay.
Because people don't know. He could be anyone.
True. Okay, well, he's 4.5 years older than me. A little bit of a grandpa. Kind of a millennial. We have some like millennial Gen Z differences, which are really funny.
The worst.
Really funny. Like he was talking to me about some game, like some video game.
RuneScape. I saw your TikTok.
I made a TikTok about it. A little soft launch that I had a boyfriend, you know?
The Instagram social media soft launch is an episode in and of itself.
Yeah, but
honestly.
you know I was
Let us know if you want us to do an episode on soft launching your relationship.
I was really trying to not
funny.
say anything too. Like I was like, I gotta save it.
You
for
were
season
bursting
2.
at the seams.
I
like,
was.
You liked the idea of not saying anything more than actually saying something, which I think everyone is guilty of.
Yeah, but I also just like love to talk and
obviously
overshare. So
and
here
overshare.
we are.
That's like have you seen on TikTok everyone's talking about their Reputation era? You're probably not on Taylor Swift talk as much as I am. I know some of our listeners are because I talk with y'all about Taylor Swift. But everyone's posting on TikTok right now like, "Oh, I'm in my Reputation era 2022" because that's when she like fell off the map and just didn't talk to anybody.
Oh,
and
I am in my Reputation
I've been
era.
pretending to be in my Reputation era, but in reality, we just took a break between season 1 and 2, and now I'm back to openly disclose all aspects of my life.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of in my like lover era.
You're in your lover era?
I mean, I don't know the difference between eras like you do, so I could be way off on that one.
I was gonna say that's a bold statement to make.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, you've already had your lover era.
Maybe my lover era.
Shout out Brad. Shout out Brad Marr. That was such an episode.
Isn't that like our most listened to episode too?
Yeah, I think it might have surpassed Corey and Damon.
Shout out to Brad.
Shout out to Brad. Brad's ego
through the roof.
Gone after that one. So yeah, I did kind of cut you off. Talk to us about your boyfriend because I've only met him once.
Yeah, I mean, old man, fun guy. He's big cook, big cleaner. When I had COVID, wasn't even an issue. He was just cooking for me.
I'm glad
cleaning.
that somebody was cooking for you.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be.
One time I went over to Maddie's house to make. Back when I used to live with my parents, but I wanted to be up in the city, I would come stay with Maddie for like long periods of time, and I got really comfortable, so I would wake up and go downstairs and make breakfast. And she was like flabbergasted at my ability to cook a fried egg.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
He kept saying like, "Oh, damn, girl, you're so domestic." Like, wifey material right here, wifey material. Like, kept going. And I was like, girl, it's a fried egg.
You know what I made, though, the other day?
What?
Avocado toast with an egg on top. Really good. And I even had like seasoning, like paprika. Like it was a whole thing.
You have paprika.
Yeah.
I remember remember you came over to my house one night and I said, remember the orange seasonings are always really good.
Yeah, that's the facts.
That's why I was helping
that's
you.
The facts. Yeah. Oh, and I know I'm moving out soon. Like literally next week.
Yeah.
Which is scary because I can't cook.
If you didn't listen to season 1, Maddie bought a house and she's moving into her own place and she's been renovating it. I went there and saw it when it was just like a skeleton pretty well, and it has
it's like
so
pretty
much
done
potential.
now.
I can't wait
Next
to see it.
Yeah,
maybe we should go after this.
I was thinking that actually.
All right,
yeah,
sounds good.
But yeah, so I'm stressed out. I have a lot going on.
Yeah,
like we have this whole podcast thing,
this whole thing
this
that
whole
we
little
do.
podcast thing, whatever. The house, the boy toy,
the boy toy,
which you know what I forgot about, like being a girlfriend sucks.
I'm done.
Not to hate on my boyfriend. It's nothing to do with him. Love that guy. But like
what?
No comment.
All right.
Anyways, but like actually being a girlfriend, I'm like not used to it. Not that it sucks. I shouldn't say it sucks. But like you do have to adjust from the
There are certain
single girl
responsibilities.
life. Yeah, there's responsibilities that I kind of forgot about because I haven't been a girlfriend since what, like high school, which is also like different.
Yeah.
Like I'm dating like a 26-year-old now, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like I kind of need to be cool, you know?
I don't
Mature.
think so. I don't think so. I think you're fine. I think that
I
you'll
hope
be
so.
fine.
I hope so.
I mean, yeah, it's not like he's like a 26-year-old with a Fortune 500 company. Like,
I
don't have to be.
I haven't said that much about him. You don't know.
Yeah, I guess I'm also with the listeners.
I'm trying to keep him a little anonymous. That's why I'm not being super
disclosing.
It's just like weird talking about it on the internet, you know? Because
Yeah.
it's like I feel like it's different from just the hookups that we normally talk about.
Yeah.
Because it's like those people don't really mean anything. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're listening, but
That's
you know
gonna
what I
hurt
mean.
some people's feelings.
Yeah, that is gonna hurt some people's feelings. But we're leaving all those people in season 1.
Yeah. Any person that was talked about in season 1, specifically one person who was
You know who you are.
one person who specifically was talked about very often is being left in season 1. We're sorry. We know they provided a lot of content.
But you know what? We'll find someone else.
We needed to end that.
The boyfriend even said, he texted me like when we first met, basically. Like it was like the first week of us talking, and he was like, I'm going to provide the best content for you.
He asked to be referred to as Mystery Man on the podcast.
Yeah, he wanted to be Mystery
So Maddie's
Man.
dating a fan.
I am dating a fan. He did listen to every single episode too.
I'm putting in the screenshot that he sent you the day after you guys met. Can you share
What
with
was it?
everybody?
I don't remember.
He said he texted you after you guys met at the Seahorse, like after you guys like kissed and everything, that he played the episode where we talked about him originally to his mom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I went over for Christmas dinner. I met his mom. Lovely woman.
So this sounds like worst case scenario, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
So he played an episode about him to his mom, and then you went over there for Christmas dinner and ate mashed potatoes with her? Like,
yeah, actually. Pretty much. Turkey.
essentially, yeah.
Essentially, yeah, that's exactly what it was. But, you know, she was cool. She thought it was funny. She has a great sense of humor. She loves to drink Caesars.
I guess this is something I never even considered, but next time I get romantically involved with somebody and have to meet their parents, I have, like, they're going to know everything about me.
I know. If they choose to.
Yeah.
I think it was just that one episode, and I was like,
True.
Please don't show your mom.
People often
anymore.
ask us what our parents think of the podcast.
My mom loves it.
Yeah. I think
She doesn't like actively listen, but she thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
She used to listen to a few.
Does your mom or does your dad?
No.
Does he know anything about it?
Yeah. He knows like a general idea. I don't think he knows too much about the content. I just say, oh, it's university life.
Yeah, that's kind of our good
University life.
go-to when people ask. My mom listens. Like, she listened to our interview with Elevate, and she listened to
That's it. That was a good parent one. My dad was super hype about that.
Yeah,
one.
our professor actually listened to that. She told
two or three of our professors
Yeah.
have actually listened to the podcast.
Yeah, and they let us know, which was interesting. Another thing, we're back in school.
Back in school.
We're doing full-time school, full classes.
Full-time school.
We both stayed on with our co-ops to continue to work.
Part-time work. Part-time podcast.
Yeah.
New
I
house.
feel like the podcast is a little bit more than part-time, but...
I know.
So, yeah, we honestly might be coming up in here looking all disheveled.
Yeah.
Simply based on everything
This is
that
like
we're doing.
I wore the shirt from the season 1
Picture,
cover
which by
art.
now we would have new
Yeah, we're gonna have new cover art.
cover art.
Oh, so exciting.
I know. It's kind of ridiculous that this is happening right now because
Manifested.
actually, yeah.
Manifested
Because
it.
our goal I remember when we first started this back in like March or April, our number one goal was to get 1,000 followers in the year.
Yeah.
By the time we hit 1 year. And this would have never
Did it in 6 months.
did it in 6 months. I just would have never expected any of this to happen. I still
No.
genuinely can't believe that there's people who are going to like listen to this.
I
You know what
it's
I
kinda
mean?
funny.
It's definitely going to have to get like more confident in everything. It's just happening so fast, right?
So I was so nervous about today, to be honest.
Me too.
I hope it's
Me too.
you can't tell.
Yeah, no. Obviously we are a little freaked out.
Yeah.
But it's all good things.
It's like excited nervous.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
There's just a lot going on all at once.
Yeah, I know. But I'm really excited and looking forward to
What's next?
everything that's going to come. I have so much high hopes and like just I think a lot of really great things are going to come in season 2, and we hyped it up because we knew that it would be worth the hype.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
Okay, season 1 roundup. I was just thinking back, just to make sure we could like cover any loose ends. What happened with your ski trip?
Right.
This was the whole thing that we like. I feel like we hyped it up, and then like we honestly wouldn't have even mentioned it if I didn't just remember.
Yeah. So back on the season 1 roundup, I said that I was going on a family ski trip to Quebec, and that the British guy that I was dating for the fall, if everyone remembers, that we abruptly ended things. I was going to go to that ski hill and to a ski hill, sorry. And he actually ended up getting a job there. So
weird.
Right before I left, and he knew I was going there. Like he knew I was going to there for Christmas.
I'm not gonna say that he got the job there because he knew you were going.
But he was already offered a job by this certain ski hill, turned it down because when I said, "Oh, I'm going to this ski hill for Christmas," he said, "I got a job offer there," and I turned it down. And I said, "Oh, interesting." And then after we were like done or whatever, I don't know. I'm 22, so my breakups aren't really breakups. But he got a job there and was posting about it a lot, and he never posts on social media, and he was like tagging it and all this stuff. And
so weird, man.
anyways, thanks to Omicron, I did not go to Quebec. I did not go on my ski trip. My whole family had to cancel the trip. We got a full refund though, which was so nice. But
Probably courtesy of your British man.
pardon? Courtesy?
Yeah.
Oh my. He actually did DM me
Really?
during the Christmas season when he probably thought that I was going to be there, but it wasn't anything of substance, guys. Like I posted on my story a review of Don't Look Up.
Right.
And it said something about how it's about climate change and some commentary on that. Your boyfriend actually DM'd me about it. British boy slid up with a GIF that said, "Not me." Does that make sense to you? Because it doesn't make sense to me. I'll put it in the roundup. But it was just a stupid slide in, so I didn't answer. But I did not see him in Quebec.
Just trying to maintain relevance in case you were there. He definitely wanted you to be like, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know where in the world he is. Maybe if he comes back to Halifax, I'll get like a drink with him. Maybe.
Do you think he'll message you again even though you didn't answer?
Yeah.
Savage.
I definitely think he will.
It's 111. Angel number.
Angel numbers. That's a good way to round out the episode.
Yeah.
So things coming for season 2. Let's get some what's it called? Housekeeping out of the way.
This is why we need Jamie and Mark.
Yeah. Brianna never provided this level of shout out producer Brianna. Update on there's our first housekeeping thing. Producer Brianna, my roommate, our best friend, fired.
Absolutely fired.
Let go. She didn't do anything for production. We always called Brianna our producer. She sat in the room and laughed so that me and Maddie weren't insecure about the jokes that we make.
We knew we were being funny.
Yeah. So that was Brianna's role as producer. And then when season 1 kind of was rounding out, we were like, would you actually want to kind of like do some stuff? Like, because she is very techie.
Yeah, she would be good at it.
And like, she's my best friend. She lives in my house with me where we would always record. So it kind of made sense. And she was like, you know what? Like, maybe I will take a little bit more responsibility. I'll help you guys with editing and, things like that. And she agreed to do that. And then Mark and Jamie messaged us, and I actually kicked her out of the house. I don't need her there anymore. Yep. And she was serving no more purpose to me. So producer Brianna's gone. Sorry about it.
She retired. We should have a retirement party for her. That would be funny.
Yeah, she's off to Cancun to live her best life.
Yep.
Other things for season 2. We really want to be a lot more engaged with our listeners this season. And I think how we want to do that is with our question form.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was something that we did a lot in season 1. But if you look in the link in the podcast episode that you're listening to right now, wherever that is. If you look on our Instagram link, anywhere, our personal Instagrams, you'll find the link to the question box. It's a Google form, totally anonymous if you want it to be, or you can leave your name. We don't really care. Where you can ask us questions and talk to us or tell us things that you want to see on the podcast. Because at the end of the day, we create the podcast for ourselves and for our listeners. So we want to know what people want to see. So a couple things that we want to do is, one, the questions.
Yeah, have a little bit more consistent advice.
More consistency with the questions, definitely.
Because we definitely just let them kind of
build up,
stack up, and then we always have like so many
to get through. I know. So more consistency with that. Another thing is kind of doing a little bit more segments. We did try to kind of work that in with season 1, but like we said, season 1 we had no resources. We didn't really know what we were doing, and now we're able to focus more on
content.
The content and what we want the podcast to look like. Also, we are going to, I don't know when this episode is coming out, but we are going to do Euphoria recaps because that show is so
just crazy
good, and I have so many things I want to talk about it. And I asked, like, we put on our story who watches it, and most of our listeners do. So we are going to talk about it. We'll like put time codes in or something, so if you're not interested in the show, you can skip through it. But that is something that we'll probably be doing. But we're just figuring it out, and I'm glad that everyone's coming with us. Everyone has been with us.
Yeah,
since
really. I'm just excited that people can listen without like shitty audio now.
Shitty audio and YouTube, because so many of even my close friends and your close friends have said want to watch it. They can't. My friend Nicole Myers, shout out, has always been so honest with me and has said, I have never finished a single one of your episodes because I can't listen to things. And so many people are like that. So having it on YouTube is awesome. And I'm really excited to be able to offer that. It's definitely going to make me a little bit insecure that people are going to see my spray tan hands. I thought that was a secret that was well kept in the privacy of my room. Yeah.
On brand.
I mean, would you expect anything less from me? No. You get to see the real me, the real us. The real everything, the whole mess of the whole thing.
And, it's the same mess as season 1. You're still going to get the story times.
It's the same
shirt.
Same energy, same vibe, but better quality for everybody.
Just
and
enhanced.
Season 2, remastered, enhanced.
We can round up remastered. That's so cute.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
That's
if you
funny.
really think about it, production was left in our hands alone. It's a absolute fucking miracle season 1 went out at all.
Honestly.
That it was listening. That I need to put collect all the DMs of people saying like, hey girls, we loved this episode. My left AirPod is broken or something because I can't hear you guys. I don't know what we broke people's
AirPods.
Like, I don't know. And I used
That's pretty bad.
Work so hard. Like I used to grind so hard on the podcast and try to make it so good. And then everyone would be like,
we just didn't have the technical know-how.
No. So now we have people for that.
We know a guy.
We know a guy who is going to help. So I think that wraps up this episode of the Weekend Roundup.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you so much for coming back for season 2. We're very excited. I actually can't wait to start talking every single week again and talking with everyone, debriefing, and I'm just so excited.
For real. If you can rate and review.
Subscribe. Can we say wow?
Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm living
my
YouTube.
2013 Zoella dream right now. Everyone subscribe, share with your mom because moms love us.
Put it on your Instagram story.
Give us all the free clout that you feel is necessary.
Because
it's like leaving us a tip.
Yeah, honestly, it is like leaving us a tip.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed this at all, 15%.
If you enjoyed us at all today, rate, review, subscribe, like, and share. We're going to have to get better at that.
Yeah,
we'll work on
seriously.
it.
There's kind of a big list. Like, haven't got that memorized yet. Yeah. And talk soon.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Weekend Roundup. Be sure to like, subscribe, and press the bell button. Talk soon.